If I had to pick Aaron Rodgers as an ice cream, I would say he's half-baked.
He's half-baked.
Because he doesn't know whether he's retired. He doesn't know whether he's joining the Jets. He doesn't know whether he's a Packer.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
So if you guys have been watching Colin Cowherd lately, he had a segment today, and I feel like we had to rip into him because it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're talking about what kind of ice cream a quarterback is. And that to me is the proof of running out of stories to talk about. Egregiously terrible.
Yeah, and also, like, it's not only egregiously terrible, this is the main voice driving media today. It's like Colin Cowherd is one of the top guys in radio right now. He's the leader at Fox Sports Network, clearly the top dog there. Once he left ESPN, everyone followed over with him because he's like, you know what? I am sick of New England weather and I want to move to California, which, like, honestly, good for you, Colin. But then he just has these analogies where he's like, the Pittsburgh Steelers are like Dunkin' Donuts because you never know what they're going to get. Because Mike Tomlin, he's a player's coach, but, you know, sometimes that can backfire. With Bill Belichick, I always know what I'm going to get. Like I'm going to Starbucks. And then he goes on this rant and he's like comparing different quarterbacks to ice cream. And this is what he's using to drive the national narrative. Is like, oh, yes, let me go through my favorite ice creams and talk about them as quarterbacks. I'm like, what? And then he's like, Trevor Lawrence is chocolate because no one ever doubted him. No hot takes going on there.
No, not last year.
Yeah,
when
never.
Urban Meyer ruined his career.
Yeah, never a doubt with Trevor Lawrence. And then Aaron Rodgers, he's like, Aaron Rodgers is a rocky road because, you know, every cliche every media reporter uses about Aaron Rodgers, he throws in there like, oh, he doesn't know what he wants to do. He's always arguing with his team, GM, and the Packers. And then he's like comparing Dak to the one with 3 flavors.
Neapolitan.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know if I'm getting 3 turnovers or I'm getting 3 touchdowns. And then
that's valid.
This went on for like 10 different quarterbacks. We're just comparing them all to ice cream. I'm like, what are we doing? This is a national sports TV show, and it's not like just some podcast, and it wasn't on his podcast. He's like, no, this is a great idea to do on national TV, and this is the problem with Joy Taylor leaving the show, because Joy Taylor is someone who would be like, Colin, you're being a fucking dork right now. Stop being such a nerd and chill out. But who do they replace Joy with? An even bigger nerd than Colin, but not a smarter one. Maybe the dumbest hot take guy in sports, in Jason McIntyre. This was the guy that was like, oh, place the house on the Bengals not making the playoffs next year. Like all the crazy dumb takes, and he just makes like an extraordinary take, and then he finds like one stat to back it up, and it's like, you replace Joy with that guy, one of the dumbest broadcasters. And then Joy was someone like, even if she wasn't making a take, she would be like, Colin, you're being a dork right now. Calm down.